Alright, let's dive into something that's been making waves in the education world. And trust me, it's a doozy. Imagine this. Mexico's top university, the National Autonomous University of Mexico, UNAM, just ordered 58,000 students to retake their entrance exam. Why? Because the results were so suspiciously high that it sparked a full-blown cheating scandal. Personally, I think this story is a perfect storm of technology, ambition, and the pressures of higher education. It's not just about cheating. It's about what happens when a system designed to level the playing field gets gamed in ways no one anticipated. Here's the thing. UNAM decided to go fully remote for the entrance exam this year, which, on paper, sounds like a great idea. It's more accessible, right? Students from all over Mexico wouldn't have to travel to Mexico City, sometimes from hundreds of miles away. But here's where it gets interesting. They used AI-powered webcams with voice and facial recognition to monitor students. Sounds foolproof, doesn't it? But what many people don't realize is that technology is only as good as the people using it, and the systems designed around it. In this case, it seems like the tech failed to catch what was really going on. Let's talk numbers for a second because they're jaw-dropping. Between 2021 and 2025, only 3.5% of applicants scored 100 or more out of 120. This year, 16%. And the proportion of students scoring 110 or more jumped from 0.9% to 5.5%. If you take a step back and think about it, that's not just a spike, it's a red flag. Especially when you consider that for the ultra-competitive medicine program, almost 30% of candidates scored 100 or more, compared to just 9% last year. What this really suggests is that something systemic was at play, and it wasn't just a few bad apples. What makes this really interesting is the scale of the alleged cheating. According to a technical expert, nearly half of the 158,000 exams, 75,000 tests, could have involved some degree of fraud. We are talking leaked questions, AI assistance, and even identity impersonation. Cheating tips were apparently being passed around like candy before the test. From my perspective, this isn't just about students trying to get ahead. It's about a culture of desperation in a system where the stakes are insanely high. There are over 150,000 applicants competing for just 21,962 spots. That kind of pressure can push people to do things they wouldn't normally consider. But here's where it gets even more complicated. UNAM's rector, Leonardo Lomeli, has taken responsibility and apologized to the students who were fairly accepted but now have to retake the exam. He's framing this as a moment of self-correction for the university, which I respect. But let's be real. This is also a massive PR crisis. The university has filed a criminal complaint, and the country's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, has hinted that the Attorney General might get involved. This raises a deeper question. How do you restore trust in a system that's been so thoroughly compromised? One thing that immediately stands out is the role of technology in all this. AI was supposed to be the solution to prevent cheating, but it seems like it became part of the problem. What many people don't realize is that AI isn't a silver bullet. It's a tool that can be exploited just like anything else. If you think about it, this scandal is a wake-up call for how we implement technology in education. It's not enough to just slap on a webcam and call it a day. You need robust systems, human oversight, and a culture that values integrity over shortcuts. And let's not forget the students caught in the middle of this mess. Hundreds of them protested in Mexico City, blocking major roads, because they don't want to retake the exam. I get it. They studied, they prepared, and now they're being asked to do it all over again. But from my perspective, the university had no choice. The integrity of the admissions process is at stake, and without it, the whole system loses its legitimacy. What this really suggests is that fairness and equity are worth fighting for, even if it means inconvenience for some. So, where does this leave us? Personally, I think this scandal is a symptom of a bigger issue in education: the relentless pressure to get into top institutions, the lack of alternatives, and the ways technology can both help and hinder. It's a cautionary tale for universities everywhere, not just in Mexico. If you take a step back and think about it, this could happen anywhere. The question is, what are we going to do about it? As we wrap up, I'm left with one big thought. How do we create a system that rewards merit without turning students into desperate cheaters? It's a question that doesn't have an easy answer, but it's one we need to keep asking. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this analysis interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that matter. Thanks for watching.